soul to soul, soul to soul.
Never search your happiness in others, it will make you feel alone. Search it in yourself, you will feel happy even when you're left alone. Dear viewers, welcome to Soul Talk Show. We are very glad that every time we come up with experiences of people who have lived spirituality. Today, again we have with us such a unique personality who has changed and transformed themselves into totally spiritual being. In this episode, we have with us Sister Sandra from Croatia. She's been into this organization from past 15 years. A very warm welcome to the show, Sister.
Thank you so much.
Sister, tell us something about your childhood.
Well, I was raised as a single child. I was raised in a very happy and peaceful family, so my childhood was a really happy one.
What about your academic life?
Pharmacist, and right now I'm working for one pharmaceutical company, visiting doctors, advising them, and sharing also my insights.
What about your family?
Well, I'm married. I had one daughter. She's now 18, and yeah.
Were you from a very good financial background?
Yeah, we have a good life, I could say. Yeah.
Were you used to believe in religion, and which religion you used to believe in?
I'm raised as Christian, and till my age of 30, I was following Christian religion, and then I was showing interest to understand a bit more.
You used to follow whatever was written in Bible or not?
Well, it was more traditional, you know. I didn't go in church regularly, but we had our beliefs and our traditional rituals.
Okay, so you used to follow them.
Yes.
Tell us something about your belief system.
Well, I always believe that God exists, and there is in each and every soul something very good and unique.
You were happy with your existing life?
I could say I was happy, but there is always, space to learn more and to understand deeply.
Did religion inspire you to do something good in life?
Yes, I could say it did, but as we know, everybody can give always more.
In what ways?
I was interested to find more precise things about myself. So I was really interested to find truth about myself, purpose about myself, and where I really belong. Because I think these three questions are very important for each one of us.
And what was the reason behind that?
I think it lies in our deep search to know the truth.
And sister, what were your hobbies like back then?
Well, I used to, I love skiing, and right now I'm enjoying in gardening.
Were you a very strong believer in spirituality?
In past, you mean? Yeah. Not so much.
Sister, did you get your answers from your religion?
I received some answers, but they wouldn't satisfy me with all my questions.
What dissatisfied you?
There are certain things which I couldn't really understand, and I think what I missed, it's really knowledge about ourselves that was not explained to me very clearly.
Everyone wants to know about themselves, so can't we find answers from religion?
Certain answers we certainly can find, but as I said, search for soul is much deeper, and the soul searches for deeper understanding. So my religion hasn't answered this search.
You went for a search for something else apart from your religion, and what made you do that?
Peace inside, to find a way to handle life on a much easier way, to have satisfying relationship and to be satisfied by myself.
You had a lot of relationships, so were you contented in those relationships?
Yes, I could say there are always times in life, where you are not always satisfied, and when you are, you have certain complaints about others.
What kind of complaints were they, and how did you overcome them?
I find myself in thinking too much about others, which occupies my mind and don't leave me a free space to work on this relationship. I was kind of stuck on very surface things.
So you found a solution to your problem?
I could say I find a way to handle myself on a very peaceful manner, and from this arena, I can also be much more respectful and much more easygoing with others also.
Sister, you just mentioned the fact that you used to think about others a lot. So I think that it is a good habit to think about others. So what made you to change the path?
Well, I find out when I'm thinking too much, then my quality thinking is lower. And somehow too much thinking is losing energy. And if I really learn to think less, then I will be more conscious about what I'm thinking, and the quality will also be much better.
And where did you get this knowledge from?
Yeah, it's a spiritual knowledge, and I'm studying in spiritual school, Brahma Kumaris, and it opens for me many interesting areas which I really didn't know before.
What really made you inclined towards spirituality?
One thing is the truth about me as a soul.
So you found the truth over here?
Yes, but it's not only, let's say, intellectual knowledge. It's also experiencing me as a soul. And the first experience I have, it's that I'm a peaceful soul. No matter how the situation is outside, I can always find peace inside.
So sister, what answers you got? Who am I?
I got an answer that I'm a soul, spiritual being, much more than this physical costume of mine. And that I have very core qualities inside, which I really didn't pay attention before.
Okay, and where we have come from?
We come from the spiritual background, and our background is not physical world. We came as a soul, and we inherit this body, and we inherit also relationship. And I find that considering myself to be spiritual being gives me also space to feel myself as a spiritual being, to feel that there is much more qualities inside which really I didn't know before.
And how did you come to know about Brahma Kumaris?
Oh, it was through one exhibition which was held in one museum, and I was seeing one beautiful picture which attracts me, and that is a picture of the Supreme Soul.
And what about the knowledge given there?
I was introduced in a course of meditation, and shortly afterwards I was assigned for this course, and I was very enthusiastic to find out more about it.
Sister, how was your life before coming into Brahma Kumaris?
I didn't question myself before, and that was the problem. I just lived my life automatically. I didn't question if it's possible to have better quality of life, which now I'm asking myself frequently.
So, what changes came into your life after coming in contact with Brahma Kumaris?
There are many changes. I find peace, I find clarity, and I find happiness, which was before always part of my outer world.
What kind of change in your lifetime came up?
I was introduced to a lifestyle which is really based on pure food, on pure way of thinking, and also to meditation.
What were your food habits like before coming into this knowledge? What were your food habits?
Well, I could say I would eat without any questioning. You know, there are habits, and you actually always eat certain things that you always eaten. But I find that when I pay attention to my food, it affects also my mind. And if my mind is stable, then I can be more patient in bringing certain peaceful decision for myself.
Sister, right now you just mentioned that food affects our mind. How does food affects our mind? It affects our health, I'm sure, like proteins, we get proteins from non-vegetarian food. But how does it affect our mind?
I think it's the answer lies in non-violence and to think negative and to think very much about others. It's also habit. But I have noticed that when I change the food, I change it in a non-violent food which is not based on killing for food, you know, that I also change in a way of thinking.
Sister, did you had any kind of addiction in life?
Well, I have never been a smoker, and alcohol I also didn't consume.
Sister, over there, people rarely eat vegetarian food. Was it easy for you to adapt the new food habit?
You are right, especially in my country, vegetarian was at that time really something very rare. And I could say I had certain little problems introducing my new lifestyle to my family. They were kind of surprised, you know. But with the time and with their own understanding, they see in a practical way that it's also something very good, which they can also try.
So, sister, when you began your journey, how did your family reacted when you started following the path of spirituality?
Well, I must say they were not so happy at the beginning, because always when you bring some newness, it brings with it some kind of questions and changes also threatening for people. But I could say this change was for me very beneficial, and through my positive change, my family also considered this as a possibility.
Okay. Sister, how easy it is to leave a bad habit? Is it very difficult to leave a bad habit, or is it very easy when you get the right knowledge?
I think understanding is a key word. When I understand really why I would like to change, and then I will have energy, enough energy to also do it practically.
And how to accumulate that energy to change?
Yeah, I can really recommend meditation for it.
Sister, there are so many places which teach meditation. Then why only Raj Yoga meditation?
You know, before I've tried also other meditation, but that was connected with too much complexity. It was not easy for me. It was too much combination of different sadhanas. And this type of meditation, it's very easy and it's for everyone. That's why I like it.
How did your family members reacted when you changed your religion? Do you have to change your religion if you want to follow spirituality?
I'm not supposed to change my religion. I declare myself again as Christian, you know. But what changes is my own understanding, and I just add spiritual understanding in basic religion. That.
So do you still follow the principles of Christianity?
Well, in a traditional way, I could say yes.
Okay. And how do you maintain a balance between both Christianity and spirituality?
I think it's a matter of respect, and I can respect my religion. I can understand it, but I can also add some fresh, new understanding.
In Christianity, you're allowed to have non-veg food, but in spirituality, you left it. And there's a change in your lifestyle, in your wearing, in wearing and all. So how to maintain both these things?
Yeah, I think our approach should really be with very much respect. You know, when we begin certain new way of living, then our family would certainly react. But with the time, we also get wiser and more respectful to other members. And I think it's a great possibility in a family to learn to respect each other and to learn from each other.
Sister, I'm sure you used to attend parties and they offer you alcohol and they offer you food. So how to manage at that moment, how to restrict yourself from having, to not get influenced basically with your friends' circles. Then somewhere down the line you get socially boycotted. So how to maintain balance between both the things?
So I think it's very important to be to hold on what I find it's truth for me and it's right for me, and it's always my right to choose. And no matter how are people behaving and what habits people around me have, I always have a right to follow my own understanding and my new habits.
So how did your friend circle reacted when you started wearing white clothes, and how did your family members reacted towards a new lifestyle?
They were at the beginning really shocked, I must say, but because I'm working and I'm in company wearing different kind of clothes, I must say there wasn't such a big change, because when I do my spiritual study, then I can always add some sweater and follow my routine.
You got to know about spirituality over there, but what made you to come to India?
I was very curious to find where the headquarters of Brahma Kumaris is, and I was introduced Madhuban with a lot of enthusiasm from my colleagues. So I was really very interested to find it and experience by myself.
Sister, what was your first experience when you came to India?
Oh, that was really unique experience, because I learned to know how it's to meditate in a big group, and that was really something very, very great experience for me, because when you are in a center, you are with a small group, but then when I came here, I really had beautiful experience, because like power is multiplying.
So viewers, today we got to know a lot of experiences of Sister. We'll continue our chat in the next episode. I'm sure there's a lot more to know. Sister, thank you so much for your valuable time. So viewers, we'll meet you in the next episode. Till then, goodbye.